let me ask you something. Where does root beer come from? Don't look it up. It grows on root beer trees. Today, we'll be going over so many different things you didn't know about the sun and root beer. Have you ever wondered if the sun has a refresh rate? Maybe it's like your computer's 48 or 60 hertz, or maybe it's a lot more, like 24,000. Well, it's much lower than that. The refresh rate is 0.0000116 hertz. That number is kind of low, and if you did the math, that means the sun goes bright and dim one time every 24 hours. The sun is bright during the day and dark during the night. That's how night happens. But the sun doesn't just stay up in the sky. It falls down to Earth because of gravity. Every morning, the sun gets launched up by NASA's sun launching technologies and gets caught by NASA's truck. They check on the sun to make sure it's healthy and alive. So wait, the sun is alive. How does it glow? Bioluminescence, of course. It's made of bioluminescent material that is also soft and spongy. The sun has a hollow inside. Strong tendrils can pull the outer bioluminescent, spongy, squishy layer inward. That makes it smaller as it goes down to Earth so it doesn't crush buildings. But what about root beer trees? Those grow on the sun, along with other life forms like hamburger fungus and firefish and a whole bunch of other things. Now I know what you're thinking. There's life on the sun? I was also skeptical when I first heard about this. So I went outside and did the most logical thing. Looked directly at the sun. Nice evidence. I also searched online to find more evidence. And look what I found! It's real. The root beer tree looks like a mango tree, but the mangoes are soft, leathery pods that are filled with a brown liquid. But the brown liquid is actually root beer. The sun, being a living being, exhales carbon dioxide, and the trees take in carbon dioxide through their trunk and their branches, and they put the carbon dioxide into their root beer in a process called carbonation. Every evening when NASA catches the sun to check on it, they harvest the root beer from the root beer trees and ship it off to the global root beer company, because NASA owns all the root beer companies. Don't tell anyone I told you that. Like I mentioned earlier, other than the root beer trees, there are other things on the sun. Hamburger fungus used to be a key ingredient in our hamburgers, until we realized cows are a much more reliable and safer option. Firefish are fish that swim around in the vast emptiness of space. They rely on the sun for food and nutrients and air. They don't go down with the sun because they only need 12 hours of sun every 24 hours. So the only reason we know they exist is looking at the sun. You know, all this time I've been saying sun to describe the sun, but really I should be saying suns because there are two suns. The two suns have alternating refresh rates. One will be light while the other is dark, perfectly in sync. As NASA catches one sun on one side of the world, the other one gets launched again, and the process continues. That's how it can be day on one side of the Earth and night on the other.